Most men over 50 don't wake up one morning and suddenly feel old. It creeps in quietly. You notice you're a little more tired than usual, your workouts don't hit the same, your drive isn't as strong, recovery takes longer, and sometimes you just don't feel as sharp or energized as you used to. You might blame stress, or sleep, or just getting older. But what if part of the problem isn't age itself? It's inflammation, sluggish circulation, and silent oxidative stress building up in your body every single day. Now, here's something that might surprise you. It's not an expensive supplement, not a complicated biohack, not another trendy superfood powder. It's something that's probably already sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Cloves. Yes, the same small dried spice most people only think about during the holidays. But what happens if you eat just 2 cloves a day for 7 days straight? The effect is not what most people expect. This isn't about magic cures, it's about biology. It's about what happens inside your blood vessels, your immune system, your metabolism, and even your energy production when certain plant compounds switch on protective pathways in your body. And for men over 50, those pathways matter more than ever. Because after 50, your body doesn't bounce back the same way. Circulation can slow, testosterone can gradually decline, blood sugar becomes more sensitive, inflammation rises quietly in the background, and the scary part, you don't always feel it happening until you do. So, what could 2 tiny cloves possibly change in just 1 week? And more importantly, what's the one mistake that cancels out most of their benefits? When we talk about aging in men over 50, we're really talking about 3 major biological shifts happening under the surface: rising inflammation, declining mitochondrial efficiency, and reduced nitric oxide production. Think of your body like a high-performance engine. In your 30s and 40s, it runs smoothly. After 50, the engine still works, but the fuel burns less cleanly, the spark isn't as strong, and the exhaust system starts to clog. That clog is inflammation and oxidative stress. Cloves are loaded with a compound called eugenol. Eugenol isn't just an aromatic oil that gives cloves their strong scent, it's a powerful polyphenol. Polyphenols act like internal firefighters. They help calm inflammatory signals and neutralize free radicals before they damage blood vessels, hormones, and cells. Research has shown that cloves rank extremely high on antioxidant scales, even higher than many fruits people label as superfoods. Now here's where this becomes relevant for men concerned about energy and performance. Blood flow is everything. Whether we're talking about brain clarity, gym performance, or sexual health, circulation determines how well oxygen and nutrients reach tissues. Inflammation damages the inner lining of blood vessels, called the endothelium. When that lining becomes stiff or irritated, nitric oxide production drops. Nitric oxide is what allows blood vessels to relax and expand. Less nitric oxide means less efficient circulation. Clove compounds appear to support endothelial function and reduce inflammatory markers, which indirectly supports better blood flow. Some small studies also suggest cloves may help improve insulin sensitivity. Why does that matter? Because blood sugar spikes accelerate aging, damage blood vessels, and sap energy levels. Stable blood sugar equals steadier energy and fewer crashes. There's also emerging evidence that clove extracts may support liver detox pathways, and after 50, liver efficiency becomes increasingly important for hormone balance and metabolic health. Your liver processes toxins, medications, and even hormone byproducts. When it works better, you often feel clearer and more energized. So 2 cloves a day isn't about a dramatic overnight transformation. It's about nudging key biological systems: inflammation, circulation, blood sugar, and detoxification in a healthier direction. Small shifts compounded over days can create noticeable changes. So how do you actually use cloves in a way that creates a noticeable difference in just 7 days? This is where most people either overcomplicate it or completely miss the point. First, understand this. We're not talking about clove supplements, extracts, or essential oils. We're talking about whole, dried cloves, the small, dark brown spice buds you can find in any grocery store. Whole cloves contain the full spectrum of plant compounds in their natural balance. That matters. Here's the simple protocol: 2 whole cloves per day, not 20, not a teaspoon of powder, just 2. The timing, however, is important. The best window is in the morning on an empty stomach, or at least before your first heavy meal. Why? Because this allows the active compounds, especially eugenol, to be absorbed without competing with a large volume of food. Think of it like sending a small but powerful signal into your system before the day begins. Now let's talk about how to take them. You have two options. Option one is to chew them slowly. They're strong, spicy, slightly numbing. That numbing sensation is part of eugenol's natural effect. As you chew, you release the oils directly. Saliva begins breaking them down, and absorption starts even before you swallow. It may take a few days to get used to the intensity, but many men actually grow to enjoy the ritual. Option two is to crush the 2 cloves lightly with the back of a spoon and steep them in hot water for 10 minutes. This creates a simple clove infusion. Drink it warm. You can add a squeeze of lemon if you like, but avoid adding sugar. Remember, we're trying to stabilize blood sugar, not spike it. Now here's what typically happens over 7 days, and this is where the unexpected part comes in. Most men expect something dramatic. They expect instant energy or immediate performance changes. That's not usually what shows up first. What many notice first is subtle but meaningful. Digestion feels lighter, less bloating, less heaviness after meals. That's because clove compounds stimulate digestive enzymes and help reduce microbial imbalance in the gut. Then comes the energy shift. Around day 3 or 4, many men report steadier energy throughout the afternoon. Fewer crashes, more mental clarity. That's likely connected to improved blood sugar regulation and reduced inflammatory load. By day 5 to 7, some men notice improved warmth in their hands and feet, a subtle sign of better peripheral circulation. Others notice improved workout recovery or slightly stronger morning erections, not because cloves are a testosterone booster, but because better endothelial function means better blood flow. And blood flow is foundational. If you want to enhance the effect, pair the clove ritual with one simple habit, a 10-minute brisk walk after your largest meal. This dramatically improves glucose control and complements what cloves are doing internally. You can also practice slow nasal breathing for 5 minutes in the morning. Controlled breathing supports nitric oxide production naturally, amplifying circulation benefits. Hydration also matters. Drink enough water throughout the day. Polyphenols circulate more effectively when you're well hydrated. Now, a quick but important point, this is not about megadosing. More is not better. 2 cloves is enough to stimulate beneficial pathways without irritating the stomach lining. Remember, eugenol is potent. Respect the dose. Think of this 7-day approach as a reset, a gentle anti-inflammatory nudge. You're giving your vascular system, your metabolism, and your digestive tract a small daily signal that says, calm down, function better. And the real power isn't just what happens in 7 days, it's what happens when small anti-inflammatory habits stack over months. Here's where many men sabotage the benefits without even realizing it. First mistake, taking too much. Don't be that guy who hears cloves are healthy and decides to chew 10 a day. More is not better. Cloves are potent. High amounts of eugenol can irritate the stomach lining, thin the blood excessively, and even stress the liver if overused. 2 cloves is strategic, 10 cloves is reckless. Second mistake, masking them with sugar. If you steep cloves into tea and then add honey, sugar, or syrups, you're working against yourself, especially if blood sugar control is one of your goals. Remember, after 50, insulin sensitivity often declines. Spiking glucose in the morning cancels out much of the metabolic advantage you're trying to create. Third mistake, expecting a miracle while ignoring lifestyle basics. If you're sleeping 5 hours a night, eating ultra-processed foods, barely moving, and drinking alcohol every evening, 2 cloves won't override that. They're a support tool, not a replacement for discipline. Think of them as a multiplier. They enhance good habits, but they don't fix chronic neglect. Fourth mistake, ignoring medications. This is important. Cloves have mild blood-thinning properties. If you're on anticoagulants like warfarin, antiplatelet medications, or even high-dose aspirin, you need to speak with your doctor before adding daily cloves. The same applies if you have a bleeding disorder, active ulcers, or significant liver disease. Natural does not mean risk-free. Another subtle mistake is inconsistency. Doing it once or twice and then forgetting for days won't produce noticeable effects. The power comes from daily repetition, the compounding anti-inflammatory signal. And finally, don't confuse numbness in the mouth with danger. Cloves naturally create a mild numbing sensation. That's normal. But sharp stomach pain, nausea, or dizziness? That's a sign to stop. So let's bring this together. After 50, the game changes. Energy dips, recovery slows, circulation isn't as strong as it once was. Inflammation quietly builds in the background, affecting everything from blood sugar control to vascular health to performance. And while there's no magic spice that reverses aging overnight, small daily biological nudges can create meaningful shifts. 2 cloves a day for 7 days is not about hype. It's about giving your body concentrated polyphenols that help calm inflammation, support endothelial function, stabilize blood sugar, and gently assist digestion. The first changes you might notice aren't dramatic. They're subtle but powerful. More stable energy, lighter digestion, slightly better circulation, improved recovery, small wins that signal your internal systems are responding. But remember, dose matters, consistency matters, and context matters. 2 cloves, not 20, no sugar overload, pair it with a short walk after meals. Prioritize sleep, hydrate well, let simple habits stack. Now here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, try it. 2 whole cloves each morning. Keep everything else relatively stable. Pay attention to your digestion, your afternoon energy, your workouts, even your morning alertness. Write down what you notice. Data beats guesswork. And I want to hear from you. After 7 days, come back and comment. What changed? Was it digestion, energy, circulation, or nothing at all? Your experience could help another man in this community make a better decision. If you found this useful, hit the like button so more men over 50 can see it. Share this with a friend who's always looking for natural ways to support performance and longevity. And subscribe for more science-backed, practical strategies that actually make sense. Your body may be aging, but it's not done improving.